The Square Ball Podcast.
Welcome to the show. Square Ball update. There's no propaganda this week, Michael. We're going to pause it and just for timing squeezy purposes.
I've had a lot of merch stuff to do.
Yeah.
I've been folding T-shirts, building mug boxes.
Thank you if you've bought something, by the way, from the merch store, thesquareball.net. It's been great to see how much people are reveling in this, and it keeps the whole thing going a bit longer, doesn't it? Which is great. We are truly grateful for it. Thank you so much. There's more stuff going live on there.
And I do have some propaganda from this week that I have got, which will boot to next week.
We'll do a super propaganda.
We'll see. But it may be a double, it may be a long one. Who knows? We'll see where we get on.
We're just freewheeling at the minute.
Who knows what Manchester United Football Club will do this week?
Yeah. It feels like we can leave it till the end of the season. The season finishes on Saturday. One to go, as we know. Dean's here as well.
Hi.
Hoping to go to Plymouth and lift the trophy. We'll preview that.
Dean is?
Yes.
Oh, nice one.
If we win, I've been promised that I can lift the trophy. Yeah.
Wow.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's great.
What lies have you had to tell to do that?
You don't want to know.
That's fair enough.
The show is brought to you with Levis Solicitors. We should say that right off the bat. levisolicitors.co.uk/the square ball for a 10% discount on your legal fees on the full range of services, which include...
Is it the end of the solicitoring season?
What,
Did they get a break?
Have a summer break?
Yeah. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do they just put the feet up? No, of course they don't.
No.
They're busy.
Yeah.
They're conveyancing, they're probating, they're willing. So I hear.
They go to Marbella and do a load of hot admin.
That's probably
to stay fit and stay lean.
Yep.
Yeah.
Conveyancing don't stop for no one.
Okay. If you need any of their range of services, have a look on the website. Mentioned it before, levisolicitors.co.uk/the square ball. All quite important stuff. A lot of it's quite dry, but we somehow keep managing to milk this knackered teat as we get towards the
Dan.
Towards the wrap up of the season. We thank Levi's for their support this season. Dear Lord, we hope you'll return next year where we can do the same thing for 12 months again.
Good.
Yes. So we'll get on to the stadium. The stadium's the big news that's been revealed this week. I should also forward tease as well. We've got a chat with Bryn Law, which we recorded just before this, that's coming out on Friday, where Bryn sort of runs us through the last week or two from a boots on the ground LUTV perspective. And not only that, but he got to celebrate Wrexham getting promoted again for the third time in 3 years, which is too much.
I think he had a nice time.
Yeah.
But he's tired.
Yeah, you can hear it in his voice. Imagine you can hear it in ours, can't you? First things first, though, before we get around to any of that, the secret under-21 cup that no one's allowed to know about.
The National League Cup, you mean?
Is that the one? May or may not have happened. We may or may not have won it.
We are the inaugural champions, I'll have you know.
You'll never sing that.
Exactly. That's like part of history. That's like winning the first ever World Cup or something.
Do we get to keep it?
I mean, if they don't play it again next year, then yeah, which is quite possible given how little publicity this year's had.
And we got to smush it right in Steve Morrison's face as well. He's the manager of Sutton, and our young men went there and beat them 2-1.
They're thugs.
Those thugs.
Just on the idea of getting a trophy and keeping it, because we were the last proper winners of the EFL, we should have got to keep that in 1992, that trophy. I know we're potentially going to go lift it again, or we want to anyway this weekend, but they should have come up with something else.
It's not the same.
It would have been shit, actually, wouldn't it?
But it's not the same. It doesn't mean what it used to, though, is the thing, isn't it? Because it was the trophy for to say you are the best team in England, which
we are
this year as a one-off might be the case. But generally speaking, it's for some chumps who've won the second division these days, which isn't what it's for.
Not a great club like us.
No, exactly. Not a great story club. It's generally someone like, merely Burnley win it. It's disgusting. They shouldn't get their trotters anywhere near it. Whatever they have their hooves.
Yeah. Mountain folk, who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
Who knows?
Did they actually lift a trophy last night, though? The under-21s?
They did.
Did they?
Yeah.
I think I switched off before then. What did it look like? Was it nice? Was it a pretty trophy?
I seem to remember it looked a bit like a mini Champions League trophy.
Yes.
Like titchy, though.
Right.
Like one you might have ordered online and not checked the dimensions.
Like the Ashes.
Turns out to be like, that's quite... Never mind. But they seem to enjoy it. It was good. It is genuinely good experience for young players, stuff like this. Whether or not the tournament should necessarily exist, it's a bit... Because it was given as a bit of a... Can we cancel FA Cup replays thing, wasn't it? I think this was part of that deal. Right. So they went, you can have these other games against some sort of status one academy children.
Basically, what we'll say is we will lean into child slave labour to allow these pampered fucking millionaires some more time off.
Pretty much.
So they can go and do the Club World Cup that nobody wants.
Do you think that the National League thought that one of the academies would win? Because I don't feel like they did necessarily.
It's not the most. It's not the most romantic angle on the tournament, is it?
Not at all.
Not really. And because part of the deal is every game, including the final, as it turned out, is played at their ground. So this was a final played at one of the home grounds, which is a bit weird.
Yeah. The National League's corrupt.
Well, it's not that corrupt because we won.
No, good point. Yeah.
So that's
completely shot me out down the flames there. Yeah.
They're really inept at being corrupt.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's the two things hand in hand.
Right.
So they tried but failed.
Okay.
The ref actually was genuinely quite shit.
Right.
Head fully went second half.
I watched this from about 60 minutes. He was awful.
Yeah, he got to a point where he was refusing to give Harry Gray any free kicks.
There was a couple in there that I felt like Harry Gray was trying to buy, but then there was some legitimate free kicks. And then he gave a couple of dangerous-looking free kicks, dangerous areas for them late on that were carbon copies of tackles that had happened at the other end of the pitch. I was like, referee, come on.
One of them out on the left wing was the most ludicrous dive.
Yeah.
He should have really booked him for it, but, free kick.
Was it a bit, because they're all boys, is it a bit like when you get like a substitute teacher and they completely lose control of the class?
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, total head loss.
Mm.
And the Sutton players looked so frustrated because they were getting beaten by a load of kids. There was these like close-up shots of them setting up for a corner, and they looked so disgruntled. And I genuinely felt a bit sorry for them, but funny, innit?
It's interesting that my son's football training last night as this comes out, it's lads against dads.
So this is your final podcast?
This could be it for me. Yeah,
fair enough.
Could be over from here. I just don't want to get shamed. Then there's about 6. So they're all going to be about 13, 14, but there's going to be about 16 of them and about 10 dads.
I reckon
dads.
You gauge it early on and
leave one on them early.
No, an early hamstring pulse, you can get yourself out of there.
Right. He's had enough.
If you see one of them skinning some of the other dads straight away, hang on.
Yep.
I don't want to risk it.
What I might then do is maybe drop deep and become the engine room and just start barking out orders.
Sweeper.
Yeah.
Sweeper. Yeah. And right in front of the goalkeeper, so you don't have to move at all.
On the goal line.
Or you could just fully Vinnie Jones it.
Yeah.
Early doors.
Yeah.
2-footed tackle.
Yeah.
Ambulance.
Air ambulance, in fact.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Which was the, to get back to the very important matter of the National League Cup, which I don't think you two were actually taking seriously.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, apologies.
What was the game early this season where they announced the away attendance?
Millwall.
Was it Millwall?
Yeah.
Do you remember how many it was?
391.
Right, because we took more fans to the National League Cup, a secret competition, than on what night was it? I've lost track of days. Tuesday night.
Wednesday, yeah.
We took as many fans to Sutton for an under-21s competition on a Tuesday night as Millwall brought to Leeds for a league game.
And that's the real quiz.
There were 443 away fans there, apparently.
Right.
Which is some going.
Considering it was a secret. Like
Well,
they
exactly.
told everyone we were playing Millwall.
They did, yeah.
Public knowledge. This one was a secret.
Yeah, pretty much was. So, well done to anyone who went.
Yeah, but you can't talk about it.
I don't think we have.
Oh.
Talk about what?
Fight Club. Hey, right. Is that dealt with?
Yeah. Good, anyway, we won.
Yes.
Although we can maybe touch on Harry Gray. What a week for the young man.
Yeah.
Did he score, did he?
He did.
Scored the winner. Yeah. Well, he scored the second, which ended up...
So it was fruit shoots and Haribo all round, was it?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
You can tell he's like the boss of that group as well.
And you can tell he's just buzzing. He makes his debut for us, and then he celebrates the promotion at Ellen Road, and then he's like, right, lads, off you go. I'm just going to go win another trophy for Leeds United. Don't worry about it. What a week the young man's having.
I bet, correct me if I'm wrong, he was singing Marching On Together throughout most of this game.
Let's say yes.
Yeah. Good boy. Stadium. We're getting one. I mean, we've got one.
We have got one.
It's about to get better, potentially, it looks like.
When those renders came out, I watched it.
Had a little cry.
I didn't have a little cry. I got so excited.
Yep.
It looks really cool. If they even achieve half of this, well, hopefully they achieve all of it, because I'm looking at it now. It looks so beautifully still Leeds United, but it's just elevated slightly.
Yeah. Sounds like they're going to start the enabling works this calendar year and then break ground on it next summer.
What's
spring.
involved in enabling works?
Digging a hole.
Just digging in that.
Putting a bit of concrete in. You've got to stand there and look like interested and with a quizzical look on your face. Scratching, like holding your chin, you're just like stroking your beard.
Get a hard hat on, even though there's not any work going on at that point.
High vis, clipboard. Yeah, stand there, look like you're making notes.
Fair enough.
That kind of thing.
I want to see a picture of, probably get Eddie Gray to do on the breaking ground picture. Spading the ground. That's got to be Eddie's job.
Yeah.
I would say.
It's normally royalty, and he is Leeds United royalty.
Well, exactly.
Yeah, perfect. Exactly. So, we're going to end up with a 53,000-seater stadium if and when all this work gets done. But it looks like the Kop, the North Stand, the additional tier there will go on after the West Stand is done. New West Stand will be just shy of 18,000. New Kop, 15,000 with the additional tiers on. So the existing bowl is going to survive. Gelded will stay exactly as it is, the North Stand. On the bottom bit, so you'll continue to be able to bash your shins there, Michael.
Good. Do you know what I was saying the other night? I actually wouldn't want it to get more spacious.
Mm-hmm.
I felt the other night it benefits from feeling cramped in. Yeah. And I think it probably atmosphere-wise as well, it just sheer numbers of people packed in helps.
One of the key things is going to be adding a load more, big disabled access platform at the back there as well. At the corners.
So disabled people can actually watch the game?
Yeah. Rather
than trying to see it from pitch level, which is... But if you've ever been at pitch level, you can't really tell what's going on at all, can you?
It's a sea of legs.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then the West Stand concrete, I think, is going to survive, but it's basically going to be regraded and overlaid with posh legroom seats. And looking at it, there's something like five or six different categories of kind of premium seats, and the middle bit of the new West Stand lower will all be premium. The flanks will be general admission, the upper tier general admission, middle bit posh. So you can see where the money is going to come from with this one. But it'd be nice to see Ellen Road progress, wouldn't it? And I really like the design. I like the fact that, I mean, as many Liverpool fans have been keen to point out, they've invented ground renovations and stands now.
It does look a bit like Anfield.
It's because the same architects have been consulted because they want it to be like Anfield in the sense that it's 4 distinct stands.
Yeah, and I'd say the plus side of that is I quite like Anfield. I like what they've done with it as a design, and it's going to be the similar thing of building the back, moving people up, building the front, and it's going to be the same method to it. But no, I think it looks like it remains as a football stadium, I suppose, is what I would say, rather than feeling like a generic
airport or spaceship,
like
Spurs, for
or like a Euro Bowl. Yeah. Like the sort of the stadium that could be like in anywhere,
like Arsenal's.
It could be in London. It could be in Warsaw. It could be just in Slovenia somewhere. It's like this is a national stadium somewhere. Yeah, but this looks.
It's
distinct.
basically what Wembley is to an extent, but on a grander scale. But basically, talking this sort of Arsenal model here, aren't you? With the dipped corners.
And if we are taking something from the Anfield model and how they've upgraded there, it does seem like they've retained some atmosphere at Anfield. And that was always crucial. Like when these stands go up, if we lose that Ellen Road crackle, if we lose that Ellen Road feeling, it won't have been worth it really just to get a few more quid on premium seats. But if they can keep what makes Ellen Road so beautiful and special and just elevate it by getting by nearly 20,000 more heads in there to make that wall of noise like it was on Monday, it'll be really special in there.
Yeah. Yeah, get the big fancy dugouts as well down at the front of the West Stand. But what I like, some people have said, like, the tunnel's going to be in the same place, but it is because the existing substructure will remain. But by the looks of it, it's just going to be like volume-wise, it's a tiny amount compared to the size of the stand that will go up behind it. But they'll try and repurpose that space, and obviously completely.
I'm kind of intrigued by the way that some of it's getting retained and stuff. It does seem a bit weird.
It sounds to me like
I'm sure there are reasons.
Basic, what cost?
I don't know. The whole thing's torching hundreds of millions of pounds. You would imagine. I say torching. That's not. That's the way I view spending money. That's just wasted.
Paying my mortgage, torching all that money, keeping a roof over my head.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. It feels like
I suspect it's not going to be much more than the basic sort of concrete structure there that gets retained, or maybe the odd lounge here or
toilets.
I don't know.
Leave them in.
But it's going to be a big old build behind it.
But surely keeping a little bit of the concrete structure for the Western North is also a time thing. Like if they were going to tear all that to the ground and then have to rebuild it, you're adding months on to a build there, because we do not want to reduce the capacity in there as much as we possibly can do, even for a small amount of time, 6-8 weeks. We don't want that to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, and it looks like an additional 5,000 seats or something like that on top of the Kop, which possibly is not going to net them as much money, but will be done afterwards by the looks of it. So it would be 2028 when West opens, and then they commence work on the North, assuming that does roll forward straight off the back of it. But I like the corners, like they kind of built them into like square buildings almost to enclose the corners. I don't know. I think aesthetically it looks quite nice. So you've got loads of different sort of blocked brick bits that kind of, I suppose there's a bit of a nod to the pre-existing, like the East Stand will always remind me of Bates because of the cream cladding, but the new design is quite sympathetic to the palette whilst not being identical. You know what I mean?
It needs to look better than the East Stand, doesn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah, and it looks like they've left themselves the scope, or in future at some point, for the South Stand to get redone as well, because the new Southwest corner, which I think according to where the compound is going to be for the away coaches, that's going to move to where the ticket office is now. So basically the southwest corner of the car park, which suggests to me that
what's happening with the porter cabin?
It may have to go.
What?
I know.
That should not go.
I'm sorry, man.
Put it somewhere else.
So the away fans will be parked just off Ellen Road there. So the Gulag won't necessarily survive. But there'll be a direct route there to the southwest corner. So it looks like the away fans will be in the new southwest corner. That's
good. I was worried they were going to south stand them.
Yeah, you have to leave the south stand as is because it's become a wall of noise in the last few years, and I was talking about the atmosphere before. We have to retain that. We have to keep that.
And the thing of not giving the away team an end to attack. Giving them just a bit of a side does help.
Yeah, and I've looked. I actually got into the realms of trying to count the seats in the lower tier corner. It looks like there's about sort of 2,000, maybe just a fraction over seats in that lower quadrant. So you've got over 3,000 for the Premier League. So I wonder if they stick 1,000 of them right upstairs up in the gods like they do at Man City, because they've got them over 3 tiers at Man City.
I don't really care where away fans go, I've got to be honest. It's fine. Put them wherever. But
it'll be weird to see Ellen Road with the southwest corner.
Yeah, it will, won't it? It's just been, because they're like the never used seats as well, aren't they? Because there are some seats under the scoreboard which are just off limits and have been for years.
That's just where the marching out together flag lives and has lived for ages.
Yeah, there were some people in it against Bristol. I think and they seem to be in red shirts.
Oh,
yeah. So I was like, was there some sort of overspill there, or maybe it was the some additional like disabled helpers or something like that? I'm not sure. Yeah, companions. So I don't know.
Yeah,
obviously I couldn't see from where I was.
I want away fans out of the ends, but other than that, they go wherever. And given we're now a Premier League team, ticket prices are capped anyway.
Yeah,
because it was always a bit snide of us putting them in there and then charging them 48 quid or whatever it was because they go, oh, these are the good seats.
Yeah.
It's are they?
One of the things we
don't feel good.
One of the things we were talking about here in the office before we did this show was how it'll be weird having a different camera angle, because obviously that'll go when the West Stand goes. You end up with the cameras further back at a slightly different pitch, which will be weird.
It's not going to feel like Ellen Road on TV, is it?
It's not going to feel like Ellen Road inside either. I've been a Leeds fan all of my life, and the only change that I can consciously remember is that little jutty out bit of Bates at the front of the East.
And then internally an extra row of exec boxes went in, didn't it, at the same time, but it didn't make much difference.
Not really. And from the experience of sitting in the East Stand, you're not looking behind you. So the view of the pitch has always been the same for nearly 30 years. And so the first time we go in there, even when there's just building work going on and the shadows are cast in a slightly different way, it's going to be so exciting.
And that's the thing, the structure behind will go up first, and then the arch that's going to hold the roof up will go up around the existing structure. So that's going to be a proper like clash of eras, isn't it? 'Cause you've got a 1950s West Stand underneath it, and then this big hulking sort of steel structure over the top of it.
I almost can't quite imagine how big it's going to feel, because when you see the aerial shot of it, because the East Stand has been the biggest thing at Ellen Road for so long, and he's so much bigger than everything else. Then you see there's the thing going up at the other side, which is going to then make that look quite poxy. Weird, isn't it? You've got to think as well, as part of this, you wonder if they're going to maybe do some more stuff to because at the moment there are offices and things in the East Stand, aren't there? Which don't really need to be there. It would kind of make more sense if that space was used for match day stuff.
The staff car park appears to be located northwest corner. There's like a little staff car park compound. So I wonder if that's maybe the access to the offices there. So you get new offices in the West Stand.
No, maybe so.
Or maybe in the corner, maybe in the northwest corner, in the space there that's behind the stand. I don't know.
Yeah, because the club offices in the East Stand, you can see if you look from the outside.
See the boardroom, can't you?
I was going to say they are essentially just a level down from hospitality spaces.
Yeah.
So yeah, you wonder if they'll do something with that at some point as well. But
And a big fan zone underneath the new North Stand, if and when that gets built.
Well,
Still only 2 people are now to use the bar, which will be good.
Do we have any information about where the Chernobyl creche is going to go?
That hopefully will be untouched because
that's the east, isn't it? Yeah,
yeah, it's the southeast corner. So yeah, that will.
They'll be nowhere near it.
Well, there's an exclusion zone there, isn't there? So
of course,
it'll become radiation safe in about another 300 years, I think.
Yeah,
could move the kids to the nice new West Stand, but
you can't let them out.
Fuck them.
They've gone.
Leave them in there.
They've gone feral now. It's too late.
Fair enough. Still eating infected badgers or whatever roaming the area.
But yeah, the scale of it, you're right, is going to be absolutely something to behold.
It feels to me this is so much closer than the versions of this we've seen before.
Yeah,
because under Bates, it always felt like, yeah, but who's paying for this? I think we even saw one on. Did we see one under GFH? Was it linked to like maybe it was a hangover from Bates, but it's always been linked to like if there's a casino there, if England win the World Cup.
Yeah. It's been an external thing, hasn't it? Like a tournament or
And it's never looked as good as it. Like it's never had the scale of this either.
No.
I don't think this feels more ambitious and more like actually cementing us as a proper. It's a top Premier League stand we're building rather than if Bates had done it, it'd have been a bit poxy and had a few beige spaces in it with some tables and it would have all felt a bit 90s probably.
Yeah.
And don't you think the drop of this news was just so perfectly timed? Just giving the fans even more good vibes to ride the wave with. So such a beautiful PR exercise, right? You feeling good, are you? Let us show you something really fucking cool. Here you go. Bang.
Here's another hit. Get it in my veins. Get it in my veins.
Well, after if we actually win the league and they do the trophy, what next?
Yeah.
I'm bored. Announce a new signing immediately.
Do you know what? Wouldn't be surprised. Parade, get some signings announced.
Get them on the bus.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah.
Maybe.
Is that not a bit disrespectful?
It can do a second lap with all the new signings on it.
And here's the new team.
Yeah. Your new manager. Yeah. Oh, no.
All these things that you've just got, you bonded to, they're gone now. They're gone.
Here's Rafinha back.
I know we're skipping ahead to a show that we'll do probably in a few weeks, but did you guys know that the transfer window is split into 2 smaller transfer windows?
Yeah, there's a 5-day gap between them. It's like the 1st to the 10th of June and then the 15th onwards, isn't it?
I think it's the 16th, yeah, but there's a gap for the Club World Cup.
Yeah, but they've given them additional time to do it because clubs are away at that. Is that right? So they've moved it, yeah. Stupid.
It's daft. Especially maybe those teams who are playing in the Club World Cup, you can't be buying and selling players, but everyone else, fucking crack on. Why do we have to stop things for those guys?
Because they're very important.
No, they're not.
They're getting paid for it as well, so they'll just blow it all on.
Yeah.
Idiots.
It's going to be on Channel 5, that competition.
Is it? Yeah. They've sublet it, haven't they, off like DAZN, I think, in the UK.
DAZN, who paid for it with Saudi money. Who then got a World Cup.
Yeah, that's wow.
And then,
what a coincidence.
Then Channel 5 have ended up with it. It's weird how money ends, where the money eventually ends up, it's just on Channel 5.
If it's on Channel 5, will it be Jonathan Pearce commentating?
I dearly hope so.
And Pat Nevin.
Yeah.
He's very Channel 5, isn't he?
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah, I can't wait.
When is that? Is it in the summer then? It's June or July?
It must be in that gap, 10th to 16th.
I always do thirst after like a football tournament to watch. Like when the summers come around, when you've got either the Euros or the World Cup. I love that. The fact that you can watch football, but it's a different type of football. You've got a different emotional investment in it. It's not the same. So you get to kind of feed the habit, but in a different way, in a less pressurized, all-consuming way. But this can just fuck off.
It can really.
Yeah.
Will
I watch it probably.
It's a slight level above, like when you can see pre-season, it'd be like the Emirates Cup or something is on TV, and you think, I don't want to watch it. I know it's like Arsenal against AC Milan or something, which might on paper seem good, but it's not real. It's only a daft dick about. No one cares. It's like the National League Cup.
What do you mean? No one cares.
No one cared.
Right. Until we won it.
I have no idea what competition you're speaking of.
Yeah. Was there a... Anyway, yeah. And on with that. So yeah, anything to add on that?
Stadium.
Transfer, stadium, future?
Just build it.
Yeah. Crack on.
Yeah. It needs doing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Don't make it too expensive, though.
Yeah. It's got to be nice.
No, I mean for the people to go.
Oh, of course it's going to be expensive.
You can charge some people loads.
But you want leg room?
But I'd like it... I mean, it's really expensive already. It's like 50 quid a ticket, isn't it?
And make sure that there are enough, to coin a Kinnearism, GA tickets, general admission tickets.
So the entire upper tier of the Gelded and West appear to be general admission.
Perfect, because we need to bring that waiting list down.
But we don't know the new price for general admission.
No.
At the point at which that is in place. So we'll see.
I do wonder if will the 49ers still be around to see phase 2?
Who knows?
At what point do you tap out, you know?
The Red Bull Arena.
No! Just stop. Stop at the line. Anyway, Plymouth at the weekend.
Yeah.
Last one. Sheffield United play Blackburn, which kind of has got a bit of a pre-playoff vibe, bless them.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I was interested in the playoffs, it'd be an interesting little race for that last spot. I just kind of hope Lampard drops out just for fun.
Yeah.
But that's really as invested as I am in it.
Coventry's form is on the floor as well.
Everyone's
They've lost 5 or 7 or something. Yeah, no one wants to be in the playoffs.
And we saw Bristol. I mean, fucking hell.
I really want Bristol to come up.
Yeah, just because
they'll take up a relegation spot.
In the Premier League with Naki Wells still. Yeah. And down the bottom, quite interesting too. I'm kind of rooting for Preston to go down just for the amusement of it, but whatever, really.
Without any particular axe to grind, yeah.
Yeah. Or Derby just because they dared to beat us in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think a
long time ago.
In an ideal world, Derby go down and we obviously beat Plymouth 7-0 so that we get 100 goals. But crucially, Burnley beat Millwall really, really well as well, so that they finish on 100 points and come second to the mighty league.
Is that what you want to happen?
That's what I want to happen. I think it's funnier.
But there is a possible scenario whereby Burnley have got in front on Saturday and we're not, and then the title is ebbing away.
Yeah, but that would be nice for Sky Sports to talk about, show a live table. But then we'll win. We'll win the title. But I think it's funnier that they win as well and finish second on 100 points than if they lose or draw. Normally,
I'd tell you off for being so blasé, but I feel like we're going to win. We're saying this with Bryn when we recorded now, so look forward to that one on Friday. Like, regardless of what actually happens, it does feel like we're completely bulletproof at the minute. Like, yeah, I know you've got another game to play, and it's, you know, everything resets, and it's 11 against 11 and all that. But in terms of how they're performing at the minute, that swagger, I described it on that show, like it's flow state, isn't it? They feel completely untouchable, and there's such a hunger within the squad to get this one done, to get so close and not win it when it's in your own hands.
If you think about the last 2 games, Stoke 6-0, Burnley 4-0, they didn't lay a glove on us. If we continue anything like that pattern of play, that confidence in play, we'll beat Plymouth. That's kind of, there doesn't need more analysis than that. I genuinely don't think it does. They've got nothing to really play for either. It'd have to be a big swing goal difference wise.
It's done.
Their goal difference is minus 36. The nearest is Luton, who are on minus 22. So you're talking a 14 goal swing there.
It's a lot to ask. And I mean, it was admittedly Wayne Rooney's Plymouth. Was it still Wayne Rooney's Plymouth when we played him at Ellen Road?
It
will have been, wasn't it?
Fired, or did that see him off?
It was quite early in the season, wasn't it?
It was him.
It was, yeah, because he went ultra defensive and stayed ultra defensive even though we were 4 up.
Yeah, he dropped
3.
all their...
I don't think he got beyond 3, did it? But we were 3 up at half time and then they just defended second half.
Didn't he play a back 6 and he rested all of their attacking players?
Back 10.
Back 10?
Yep. Yeah. Back 10.
They're not in bad form though. They've actually they've won the last 2 games at Plymouth. It's just not been in a timely fashion. I know the teams around them have won and stuff. So yeah, I kind of like Plymouth. So maybe because we beat them and the fans seem all right.
Yeah. Also,
I feel sorry for the fans because everywhere's miles, isn't it?
Yeah. Also gurgling around the plug hole, Hull, who are in 22nd spot at the minute, occupying the last relegation spot. So Cardiff down, Plymouth effectively down. And Hull could be joining them as it stands. They're going to Portsmouth, which won't be easy for them, I don't think at all, because Portsmouth have actually got a really good home record. So look at the home table. Portsmouth are actually 9th in the overall home table. So as we know, could be a good point on the road they're looking for. We didn't even manage one there.
Ultimately, I'm really trying to form an opinion on this, but it's so beneath us now.
Look, I've got a 2-year-old tweet lined up from Hull that I need to dispatch, and that's why I'm invested in this.
Right. What about Lynn?
Lynn, I know.
She's going to be upset. Lynn Gelhart.
Lynn will be buzzing. Joffy's doubled his money even this past week.
Yeah. But he wants a new home. He needs to go play football.
He does really,
and the parting of ways is inevitably coming, isn't it?
You would imagine so.
And it seems like he's played really well for them. So stay in the champ and sign for Hull.
Yeah. I mean, it's out of our control, isn't it? So we'll see what happens. And there's an upside to either Joffy gets his nice new home, Lynn's happy, which makes you happy.
Exactly.
Or I get to dispatch a petty 2-year-old tweet. Either or. Heroes and villains should be quite easy now then in part 2 of the show.
I mean, villains, not that easy.
No. Or heroes, because it's kind of everybody.
Well, we need to feed all the data into the supercomputer first before we crown anybody. And the match ratings are in from our TSB Plus members for the Bristol City game. And these are outrageous scores. the lowest person was Carl Darlow, who started on 7.7 out of 10 average. And that's probably just because he had nothing to do.
I was going to say, I think his first save was a shot straight at him in about the 93rd minute or something.
It was exactly that, yeah. First shot on target, 93rd minute.
And it was directly at him.
Yeah.
Like if he'd stood completely still, it would have just hit him.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, like even the sort of lower scorers, Ilya Gruev and Joel Peru both 8.56. Then you're on to Rodon and Nonto both 8.68. Junior and Jaden Bogle a fraction apart. Ampadu as well heading up towards 9. Same with Solomon just above them. And Outanaka 9.28 out of 10 average score for the season. Generational talent, boys.
I tell you what, that finish was so good. There was only one place he could put that to score, and he found it. There have been so many beautiful, wonderful goals this season, and that's right up there. That kind of trademark cross from Solomon. And guess who's there? It's Tanaka. We did it. He practiced it against Middlesbrough, but a dickhead gave him offside. And here he is, and he just brushes it into that bottom corner.
Gorgeous, wasn't it?
Gorgeous. Their keeper was their player of the match as well. Without their keeper, it was 8 or 9. But he snuck it past him, and it was just after the crowd had been singing his name as well. We all willed that into existence.
Yeah, and that's why it was, and it was also beautiful. The subs actually make for interesting reading because all of them were in the mid-7s. Largi Ramazani matched Outanaka's man of the match score with 9.28. Off the bench.
I mean, you can't ask for much more, can you?
What, to come on, touch it 3 times, 2 of which are goals?
Yeah, and the second one was brilliant as well. Incredible first touch and finish.
I wonder how many touches he had versus backflips he did.
Yeah.
I
can't remember him doing much other than scoring.
His seasonal contribution to celebration ratio is wild, isn't it?
Yeah, he's had his underlying stats of what he's actually done in the limited time on the pitch been unbelievably good.
Do you think Opta produce a stat for expected backflips?
XBF,
yeah.
Yeah, I've got that on my spreadsheet.
Of course you do.
I think I pioneered it. In fact, I sold him that.
Well,
Expected best friends.
Yep. Daniel Farker, 9.2 average out of 10. And James Bell, the dickhead ref, 3.96.
What did he do that was annoying? He did do 1 or 2 things, didn't he?
Yeah, we mentioned it, but it's not a day to even... we don't even need to occupy our minds.
We can talk about Sam Mulhall, the dickhead ref.
Is that the one from the Sutton game? Right, so he's our villain of the week, yeah?
I mean, is there anyone else?
I can't think, really. When did Tony Mowbray get sacked?
Oh, it was the week before,
Was it? All right, so that's gone. Who else do we not like? Can I nominate for villain of the week Daniel Farker? For not bringing on Alex Cairns up front.
Yeah.
He's still got the Plymouth game.
That's
true, yeah.
Chris Wilder's P45 been in touch on the members' comments saying Sky TV for making us wait. Yeah. The spread of games and moving them to Monday night, not good.
No.
I mean, we James Bell, because he booked Tanaka just for having a mere tantrum on the pitch. Is that really dissent? I don't think.
I think it was time for James Bell to address his own shortcomings in that situation and recognise there's a generational talent on the pitch in front of me. He's telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good, honest boy. I should reflect on my own performance
he
here.
Probably just wanted to be able to tell his grandkids that he booked Outanaka.
He's sounding like Neil Warnock now. It's the sort of thing he says, isn't it? Oh, then he got home and he said to his mates, I booked Outanaka. Yeah, there's on the feedback form, there's not been a right lot of bad stuff. Ampadu's booking as well, but whatever, says Wedge. Also, they didn't let Harry Gray score, the wankers.
He scored the other night, though, so, he's not had a bad week.
No, he's had a great week.
He looks like he's got thoroughly involved in it all as well, and all the celebrations and stuff. So that's been good. Could give it to Max Verber. I mean, he did get some boos in the announcing of the players.
It's not a day for that. It's the dickhead ref. It's Steve Morrison. It's the dickhead ref.
Steve Morrison, actually, yeah. Sam Mulhall's probably a young referee trying to just make his way in the game and panicking a bit.
Yeah.
Steve Morrison's
And
fine.
actually, Steve Morrison, what he's done is he's reared his skull-like head at the wrong moment when this club is in the midst of ecstasy, of raptures. Yeah, Steve Morrison. Oh, I'm gonna...
He'll be a legend here one day.
Yeah.
That's what Neil Warnock said.
But you've got no right to intrude on our thoughts, and you did. You imposed yourself on my consciousness this week, and you had no right to do that.
He did, but he had the good grace to lose. So, but he's still a villain, just to remind us of the past.
Yeah. Yeah. And Luciano Becchio got his name sung this week as well.
Yeah.
Who was the counterpoint to Steve Morrison in that story.
Yep.
Who was the antagonist. It's Steve Morrison then?
Fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fine.
Yeah. Low-hanging fruit, but fine.
Yep, absolutely.
He's won it loads of times, I'm sure.
Right. Yeah.
While playing for us.
But it's a good way of us banishing the championship, leaving that in our rearview mirror.
Yeah.
And especially because we're on the ascendancy and Steve Morrison is managing in the National League. So, all right, see you later, Steve.
Yeah.
We're off up here.
He'll be wondering why he's not being picked up at a high level yet, though.
He will probably manage Millwall at some point.
Feels inevitable.
He knows the club, all that sort of stuff. But, well, hopefully we won't be in the same division as Millwall when that happens.
Shall we do the Gaetano Berardi Hero of the Week then, sponsored by the Tuk Tuk Club?
Are there any candidates? Tough, isn't it? Tough.
I don't know. Well, could you imagine doing the best tour ever, driving tuk-tuks through the middle of nowhere in northern Thailand?
I could actually, yeah.
Surreal, a great experience. That's just one bit of recent feedback, which is on TripAdvisor, that. So, as Bruce has said here, I'm not making it up.
I saw Bruce the other night.
Yep.
Came to speak to me in the tunnel.
We're meeting him, by
He
the way.
said, oh, are we?
Yeah, we are.
In Thailand?
Not yet.
No.
Well, I think that's what the meeting is about. It's the discussing how the hell we'll make that happen.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, he's asked us to go for a coffee.
Okay.
So we'll do that.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah. Can you come? No, you can't.
Well, oh, God. No, if I was going to continue the read, when you go over to Thailand with the Tuk Tuk Club, could you do some jungle cookery?
Me?
Yeah.
That's all I do.
Or anyone. Could anyone do it?
I'll be honest, I've had the outdoor grill going this week.
You can't take your...
I've got some big... It's the Outdoor Ninja. I've got some big trees out back in Bradford, and it's Bradford.
Yeah.
It's close to jungle cookery.
Squirrels.
Well, yeah.
Fair enough.
You don't believe me that there
The
are...
squirrels, the pigeons.
Well, there are deer in the woods near me.
Are there pristine waterfalls near you?
Yeah.
Is that when you're having a piss against the back garden?
Yep.
Okay, good for you.
Yeah.
Pristine trolleys and canals.
It's really hard to catch a deer.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
I'd imagine.
Lost hours the other day just chasing one around.
Well, it's an old deer and you're Wayne Rooney, eh?
Yes, indeed. The tuktukclub.com, TSB15. If you fancy going on a tuk-tuk tour of northern Thailand, and you can still talk about Leeds when you're there. You can go celebrate moments with Bruce. Right. Who is it going to be? Is it Leeds United Football Club? Is it Daniel Farker? Who is it?
Did we give it to Farker the week before?
I think we did.
I wasn't on the show. I think so.
I can't remember.
Can I offer a nomination? Because I think with the stadium plans coming out, we're now looking into the future. We're looking 5 years down the line. Guess who's going to be 22 when the brand new 56,000 seater stadium is open? Guess who's going to be scoring a hat trick the next week? Guess who's had a fantastic 10 days in his life?
Yeah.
Harry Gray.
Right.
I think it's too much for him.
Do you think he listens?
Oh, he's a big fan. Big fan of the show.
Just hoping the PSR regulations have been changed in the intervening 5 years.
Just do a Chelsea and just sign him up to a 40-year contract.
That'll be good. He has been the standard bearer, you're right, Dean, in many ways.
We could probably sell future rights to the Gray offspring.
Right.
There's a PSR thing.
Yeah.
Like how Barcelona have sold future TV rights and stuff. We can be like, look, future Gray children.
Yeah.
We'll sell them to Chelsea in advance or something.
Yeah. And if they don't and then materialise, then we've done Chelsea out of money.
Exactly, yeah. But it's a fair bet that there'll be at least another one, you would imagine.
Yeah, or if not, they can just go down and do a bit of cleaning and that.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Just hoover up the boardroom.
Yeah, he was the standard bearer, but Largi Ramazani did the backflips, which were the ultimate expression of joy.
Yeah.
I don't feel like we can necessarily give it to one person. I don't know about you.
No, I mean, we can broaden this out slightly, but I just want to stay on the Harry Gray thing. I was once a 17-year-old fella who loved Leeds United, and he felt like him and Sam Byram felt like our representation on the pitch, running on the pitch, Leeds salute, going nuts, having the time of his life. He was waiting. He was orchestrating with Ampadu when to set off the streamers and stuff because he knew all the words to Marching On Together. I watched him and I was like, yeah, good for you, man. You're living a lot of our dreams out here. Right. I'm here for it.
You've mentioned Ethan Ampadu. It's given me a thought. Right. So I'm going to make a case now for this. As per Ethan Ampadu negotiating the promotion bonuses for the squad, I think this needs to go to everybody. This needs to be spread equally among all comers who were on that pitch and Max Ferber. I'm joking.
Including Jaden Bogle's toddler.
Yeah, all of them. Everybody.
Because he deserves more than Max Ferber.
Everybody on that pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Including the steward who ran across before the whistle had been blown.
I saw that. That was excellent work.
Yeah. All of them.
That's fine.
Because you mentioned it, Michael, this week. You said it was just a lovely family affair. Like, it started with the players. They then doused Farker in champagne. They did the big huddle. Gruev beckoned all the coaches in. You had everybody was down there, and the families all joined them.
It was a party you didn't want to leave.
You had the
whole thing was just like,
you had your phone out, added to the mum's database.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Some good, trying to get some IDs on people. Who were you with? Oh, okay. No, it's fine. Not of interest.
Not a person of interest.
Do you know what as well? I've been thinking about this since Monday. One of the reasons why I feel like it was so special is that it felt like everyone in the ground and probably wider field had an appreciation about how much we'd missed out last time, and that appreciation gave us all of those old songs, all that fun, all of that joy. And I feel like we got that outside the East Stand a week on Monday when the players came out. We were singing songs and there was flares and stuff. But to be in Ellen Road and everyone to have a conscious appreciation that this is special and that this has been 15 years in the making. 2010, last time we were in Ellen Road and we had anything really to celebrate. For 36,000 people to go, right, we're going to make this special as a collective effort, felt really beautiful to be a part of.
We got to celebrate it for the whole period of being in Ellen Road as well, because most of that Bristol Rovers game, getting out of League One was complete torture.
Yeah.
So it wasn't actually the same joyous event as this was. This was just pure fun.
The Bristol Rovers game had a really sharp spike when that second goal went in, whereas this was it just bubbled.
Yeah, I missed it as well. So
I think I'm not sure I'd live through it now. The Bristol Rovers game might do me in.
So I was at Bournemouth. That's the last time I saw it.
Yeah.
Wow.
In a stadium.
And that was
1990. So I was not quite 12.
I was 6 months old.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. I've said before, possibly on the pod, I don't know. So long-term listeners may have heard this before, but I was sat pitch side at Bournemouth,
I remember you saying this, yeah.
It was so hot and the fences were up and the copper who was on the gate just said to me and my cousin, Richard, just said, do you lads want to come and sit down here? So could you imagine, just to transplant it into 2025, if you'd seen two children just sat by the corner flag at home to Bristol City the other night, just two random kids leaning against an advertising hoarding, because that's what we did.
That's a much more relaxed way, I would say, to expanding your stadium.
Let kids sit.
Just let some people sit around the pitch. Get another few hundred in that way.
Right.
If everyone could just chill out.
If that happens,
about the rules.
If that happens now, you would get a stadium ban for life.
It's illegal to
entering the field.
It's illegal to enter the field of play, and I don't know whether that involves crossing the white line or just touching the grass. But I was touching grass.
Right. There was a bit the other night, wasn't there? As it approached full time, like, is anyone going to go for it? Probably not.
Yeah. I don't think it was ever seriously considered.
Probably not. It's pretty high risk in it, because if you're the only one, then you're getting a ban and you're getting potentially like banged up for it.
The person who came closest to the ban was the steward.
True enough.
Straight on there. What are you doing? There's a game going on, man.
It'd be good if he won the header. Goal kick comes over.
Boom. Scored our fifth. Bang.
But yeah, to circle it back to what we were talking about, I think everybody deserves this. And in the absence of the league title on the pitch that day, this is what they're really after. The Gaetano Berardi Virtual Hero of the Week award.
Yeah. Berardi got a mention to in the stadium, which was nice. His song was going round as well.
It was.
Well, what a lovely, lovely, lovely week or two it's been.
And next week as well.
Let's hope so.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying, wasn't I, that I've spent most of this season wishing for it to be over. I think we should keep playing games now. I'm not ready for this to be over.
Are you friendly?
I want us to go back and just batter someone else at Ellen Road just for a laugh.
Who?
I don't care. It's someone useless, ideally. I want to see you score like 10 goals just for fun. So just get anyone in, really.
It's funny, we played Harrogate Town in the Cup earlier in the season. We beat them comfortably enough in the end when the breakthrough came. I wonder what if we played them like next week in the, let's just say theoretically it's in the league, what that would end up like.
With our first team, it'd be a bloodbath, I think.
Yeah.
We gave Gillavogie a run out in that one, didn't we?
Yeah.
For a laugh.
And he got his 5 minutes, no more than 5 minutes. He got his 5 minutes. But I feel like, it feels like a little bit like, it feels like being on the best holiday ever and not wanting to go home.
It does feel like a holiday. I think
it is a holiday from being a Leeds fan.
Yeah, the pressure of it all has been a lot, hasn't it? So,
and especially in Leeds, if you're not in Leeds, the sun is shining last few days.
It's been amazing, hasn't it?
And it just basks the whole city in this like gorgeous light of success. It just feels like, right, we did it.
It's just joyful, isn't it? It's like, it feels all like it's all like the weather is tied into the experience. Yeah.
I will say the weather's due to turn for Monday for the parade. So not rain, but it's like back down to 14 degrees.
Yeah.
Well, that's better because then people aren't going to get heat stroke. You're not going to burn your little head.
True enough.
Yeah. Bring it on. Let's hope they bring a trophy back, please.
Yeah, come on, Leeds.
It won't be the end of the world if they don't. Come on. Just one last party before we have to get the flight home.
Two last
parties.
Because we get to have on Saturday and Monday.
Oh, that's the same thing.
No, it's not. They're two separate things.
It's not if you don't sleep, you just go straight through.
I was going to say, if we win that trophy on Saturday, I mean, you're at a wedding, aren't you? But there's a certain amount of me thinks we just go out on Saturday and just stay out.
I mean, I'm going to be in Hull, so I'm not staying out in Hull.
Oh, right. I'm so sorry, man.
So,
it's taken a real shine off the week, hasn't it?
I'm so sorry. Have you got your tetanus jabs?
I'm going to be in Leeds for the game, so we'll be here match balling as usual.
Good stuff. We'll do that then. Enjoy what's left of this week. Enjoy us speaking to Bryn Law tomorrow, which is really good as well. Just going back and reliving what's been an awesome week through Bryn's eyes, and we'll speak to you on the match ball after the final game of the season against Plymouth, the title decider.
46 games, all done.
See you soon.
The Square Ball Podcast.